I know all you guys really want Swimsuit Pepe, so you know, I really think Swimsuit Pepe is gonna be the part 2 anniversary character.
Bankai.
Bankai.
Bankai. Bankai. Bankai.
Bankai. Bankai.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another BBS video. So I'm pretty sure I know exactly what attributes the 10th anniversary part 2 characters are gonna be. So in this video, we're gonna talk about that, and then we're also going to talk about what characters I hope part 2 is. And we're gonna get, I think it should be announced tonight, so like 3 a.m. Eastern time tonight, what the part 2 characters are gonna be. And we'll see if I'm right or if I'm like really wrong. So the reason I think I know what the attributes are gonna be, so we got the next limit breaker announced right here. So it starts July 31st. And you can see if you come down here, so the first slot is power damage times 2, and the second slot is technique damage times 2. Now this already makes sense for the part 2 characters, at least 2 of them, to be power and tech, because part 1, you know, of course, we have a speed and a mind character. So those are already ruled out. We're probably not gonna get those for part 2. It is possible, but probably not. And then also for the limit breaker, the fact that it's power and technique, if you think about it real quick, when you logged in on 10th anniversary, they gave away a power move source, and then for the point event, they gave away a technique move source. So right there, that really kind of leads me to believe that at least 2 of the characters are going to be 1 power and 1 technique. And I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me correct, the same exact thing happened last year where the limit breaker came out and it showed the attributes of you know, slot 1 and 2, and then of course that was accurate. So yeah, I definitely think we're going to get a power character. Definitely think we're going to get a technique character. I do think we're probably going to get a 3rd character too. That is what's the other attribute that I'm not thinking of right now? Hard. I think we might get a 3rd one that's also hard. It is possible that they do a 2-person banner for part 2 though, but probably unlikely because it's usually always a 3 banner. So yeah, we're probably gonna get power, technique, and then hard. So obviously, of course, you know, the attributes that weren't Rukia and Ichigo. But if on the off chance it is a 2-character banner, which I don't think it will be, power and technique for sure, I think. And that's pretty cool as well that they gave us move sources for these characters, because, you know, it's kind of nice to be able to pull a character and then be able to unlock an extra, you know, an extra slot if you want to. All right, so now we're on Google Images, and I want to show you some of the characters that I would love to get for part 2. I don't know, I highly doubt a character like Pernida would come out for part 2, but I guess it's always possible, right? You know, last year's part 2 kind of threw me off, Toshiro, Sajin, and Soifon. So Pernida is possible, but I would love this character. I think he's cool. I think it would be cool if they released him in this form, you know, like his masked cloak form. I think it's funny how he goes from this and then he just turns out to be like the Soul King's left hand or right hand, whatever freaking side hand he is. But yeah, I think this would be a really cool character. I think it'd be really cool too if, I wish klab would do this, but I doubt they would. So say this is his base form in BBS, you know, his hooded form. And then you have the transform button, kind of like what the end of year 5th anniversary, you know, future Rukia has, where you can transform into her Bankai. That'd be so cool if his base form is the cloak and then you can click a transform button and transform into the Soul King's hand. Now, obviously, I don't think klab is cool enough to make a character like that, but that would be awesome. All right, my next most anticipated character that I want for part 2 is a new 1000-Year Blood War Kisuke. Now, of course, we have this one, the OG 1000-Year Blood War Kisuke, but I mean, Kisuke is just such a cool character. His Bankai with Benihime is so cool, and he really, really, really is due for a new 1000-Year Blood War character. Now, we haven't seen his fight yet in the anime, but it is coming out soon. I mean, of course, I've read it in the manga, but I still think it's possible that klab could make him for part 2. But yeah, if they do make Kisuke 1000-Year Blood War for part 2, I will be going all in. All right, next up we have Gerard. I really don't think he's going to be a part 2 character, especially because we haven't really seen much of him in the anime yet. I think he would maybe be more like an end of year type banner character, but man, when this guy comes to BBS, it's gonna be cool. You know, now that I'm looking at him again, it is possible that klab makes him a Brave Battle character, which, you know, would kind of suck. But I mean, look at this picture right here. He looks like Thor. Like, he literally looks like a Brave Battle character. Yeah, I don't think he'll be coming out for part 2 though, but if for some reason he did, that would be really cool. All right, since I mentioned Pernida earlier, I think Nemu really needs a new Thousand Year Blood War character. You know, she has one, and it's pretty old now. It's this one right here, the power one. And you know, she fought Pernida. That'd actually be so cool, Nemu Pernida Mayuri. But we did just recently get this Mayuri. I didn't pull him, but I tried to pull him. Where is he? This one right here. What's he called again? Like Sunflower Mayuri or whatever. So I don't think we'll be getting another Mayuri anytime soon. So I don't know how that banner would look. But yeah, Nemu kind of really needs a new Thousand Year Blood War unit. All right, Nelliel also is due for a new Thousand Year Blood War unit. We really have not had a. I mean, we have one Thousand Year Blood War Nell, or actually technically it's a Can't Fear Your Own World Nelliel. You know, she's in this outfit right here. But yeah, it's a Can't Fear Your Own World Nelliel. So technically, I don't even think we have a Thousand Year Blood War Nelliel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. We do not have this in BBS, and I think she'd be really cool to see. You know, maybe like Nelliel, Kisuke, and Grimmjow. That'd be a super weird banner for part 2, but maybe it could be cool. All right, and then obviously we got Pepe. So I know all you guys really want Swimsuit Pepe. So you know, I really think Swimsuit Pepe is gonna be the part 2 anniversary character. All right, I'm obviously just joking. All right, and last but not least, I really think BBS is due for a new Jugram. We did get Jugram for part 2 at the end of 5th anniversary. So it kind of could make sense that part 2 for 10th anniversary, 5 years later, he gets a new unit. Actually, now that I'm saying this, I think this makes maybe the most sense. You know, Jugram was a Brave Battle character. He was the first one that had Brave Battle invincibility, if I'm not mistaken. And we need a Jugram that's not Brave Battle focused. You know, we just need an SP Jugram. And wow, I would actually love to see this for part 2 of the anniversary. But yeah, guys, that about sums up this video. So, you know, like I said at the beginning of the video, power and technique we're definitely going to see for part 2 of the anniversary. And I'm very curious to see if any of my predictions actually are true, or if they are real. Knowing klab, probably not. It's probably going to be a complete curveball. I don't know if there's any leaks or anything online, but I have completely avoided any of that. So if there are leaks and I just sound dumb showing all these characters, then whatever is what it is. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Remember, drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment as well. And until next time, peace out.